wake up in the morning, I roll up and count my money. I'm so wavy, I'm so wavy.
Hello guys, Wavy Ocean here, back for another video. Last video we talked about my new upload schedule. Today we are going to go back into what if Gohan survived and went back too far. Yes, part 2 is out, and the last part blew up at 141 views last time I checked. This was made a while ago, the script I made, but with that, let's get into the video. Future Gohan senses the key of his father and looks at his hand. He thinks, I'm not fading away. That means Bulma's theory was wrong. Maybe the change wasn't big enough. Grab a hold of yourself, Gohan. You're on borrowed time. Anyway, I might as well finish this work. Goku arrives on the battlefield and says hi, wondering who this person is and who defeated the Saiyans. Krillin, I'm here now. What's the situation and who is this guy? He hasn't said anything about himself, but he said he's here for the Dragon Balls. And we lost most of our friends, Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu. If it wasn't for the stranger, me and Gohan would have died too. Hello, Mr. Goku. Future Gohan waves at Goku with his robotic hand. Hello? I guess you're the one who defeated them. You're here for the Dragon Ball, but that's tough. Piccolo is... Goku gives a look of remorse at Piccolo's dead body. Yes, I know. Listen, Goku, I'm about to reveal a lot of news to you, so please, try to keep up. They fly to a secluded area to talk. Well, first, I'm going to introduce myself. I am Son Gohan, your son from many years in the future. My time was destroyed beyond repair by 2 androids. They killed everybody, and I'm the only Z-Fighter left. I killed one of them, and me and Bulma made a time machine and traveled back into the past to prevent it from happening and bring Kami back to my time so we can make a new Dragon Ball set so we can fix everything that happened. Goku is shocked, but after a couple of seconds he gets everything that his future son told him. And you said, son? That was a lot to take in. I'm sorry the fact that Kami was killed, but you're from the future, right? So you probably know what happened. You should already know what we did after this. Gohan thought about what his father just said. After all this time, he was a bit surprised about how intelligent his father was. Well, yes, that's brilliant. I recall after this battle in my time, Krillin suggested that we should go to Namek, Kami's home planet. We took his ship and had many fights on Namek. In the end, we were able to wish everybody back. So we might as well do it in this time. Well, that's amazing. But what are we going to do about him, Gohan? He points at the unconscious Vegeta. He stays. I know what he and Nappa did, but in my time, he becomes an ally. So in the right circumstances, he can become one in this time too. On the way to Capsule Corp, Future Gohan and regular Gohan have a talk. They talk about the future. Present Gohan tells Future Gohan that he wants to become a scholar when he grows up. When they arrive at Capsule Corp, Future Gohan explains to Bulma who he is and who the unknown new Capsule Corp machine is. Bulma brings it back into a capsule and takes it for further inspection. Future Gohan tells his past self and Krillin to go rest up. He then turns his sights on Goku. With one glance, Goku knows what he has to do. He flies off to the place and they leave Vegeta behind. After a couple minutes, Future Gohan and Goku arrive just in time when Vegeta is just waking up in shock by what he sees. You! They both stare at each other for a moment. Vegeta gets up and assumes a fighting position. What's the deal with you? We both know this planet has no Dragon Balls left, right? Why did you even bother to leave me alive? At this point, Frieza's already heard our conversation. I'm as good as dead to him. After he obtains his immortality, even you won't stand a chance. Future Gohan explains to Vegeta who he is and why he is here. And he talks about the Vegeta in the future. Okay, now let's pretend this is true. Why should I, Prince Vegeta, son of the great King Vegeta, and ruler of the whole Saiyan race, step down to the back of a Back to the Future copy and paste like you? At least I don't have my hairline from McDonald's. Oh, and you want to know why? Gohan then turns Super Saiyan and shows his overwhelming power. You can't beat me, and it would be smart to do what I say. Gohan then points an energy blast at him, or the Prince of the Saiyans will join his dad. Vegeta then stares in disbelief. Why you? He goes into attack, but he realizes he can't beat him. He has no chance. So then he agrees to train with Gohan. And as the month of training begins, Bulma manages to repair the old Kami ship, and the time to travel to Namek has begun. The day they are about to choose who will go to Namek, Goku and Vegeta were trained by future Gohan, who thinks about the time they visited Namek back in his kid days, and he remembers the villain that Vegeta was then, and who he will be now. So Gohan has to make a decision. Through the month of training, he pushed them both to their limits, while primarily doing light training. However, he knows what this Vegeta is capable of, so he pushes them even further than usual. So you finally decided to take this seriously. Future Gohan stares with an empty look in his eyes. Son? Are you okay? You usually just train us lightly to account for the big gap in power between us. Why did you decide to switch it up now? Future Gohan doesn't bother answering with words. He gives Vegeta a swift punch and even turns into Super Saiyan for a little bit. Vegeta is knocked away for miles, and he turns and rushes Goku, delivering a thunderous gut punch to him, strong enough to knock Goku right on the ground as he starts coughing up blood. Then Gohan explains his intentions. Sorry, Dad, but Vegeta will bring too much trouble on Namek. That's why I'm doing this. I can't take the risk. Namek is my only chance to fix all of this. I know you want to fight Vegeta one-on-one, to challenge yourself, to fail, as you always do. So don't worry, I won't kill him. I only need him to be out of all of this. As Vegeta rushes back, Vegeta goes behind him with incredible speed and slams him into the ground with incredible strength. Gohan is continuously beating on Vegeta. Kicks, punches, ki blasts are being thrown at Vegeta with rapid succession. Vegeta can't even stand. Gohan stands before him and receives a ki blast to the stomach that knocks him out and lays him on the ground, unconscious. Krillin comes to see the beaten up Vegeta. Gohan, what are you doing? Why did you do this? I can understand Vegeta did all that, though it was kind of weird after all that speech you gave us. But Goku, it's simple, Krillin. Vegeta will be the reason for most of the inconveniences on Namek. Don't worry, I didn't kill him. As for Dad, I need him to be knocked out for now. Can you do me a favor, please? Krillin looks at Gohan briefly before saying yes. Carry the unconscious Vegeta to the hospital. His recovery will take enough time for me, you, and Bulma to go to Namek and revive everyone. After the quick battle, Vegeta is put in the hospital to recover. As all three of them go into the ship, Gohan tells his dad it's best if he stays on Earth and protect it, despite Goku wanting to go. He understands why Gohan told him to stay, and the ship starts to leave. Gohan, Goku, and Chi-Chi wave them a goodbye. After a month of travel through space, they finally reach Namek. Future Gohan and Bulma and Krillin set up the camp in the cave, just as in canon. Gohan explains to them what he wants them to do. Krillin's kind of disappointed that Gohan plans to do everything himself, but staying there all day is kind of boring, and it kind of angers Bulma. Then Gohan suppresses his ki and flies off. With great speed, he easily gets this drop on a lot of Frieza's soldiers, quickly beating them down and finishing them. In a way to the first Dragon Ball, he encounters Frieza's grunts that him and Krillin beat in this time. He beats them easily, and he left a little side note for me to put the scene from the anime, and I got you. Editor me, put that in. Anyways, he easily gets the 2 Dragon Balls and leaves them there. before heading to find more. On the way to the next Dragon Ball, he sees a familiar event. Frieza, Zarbon, and Dodoria forcing the Namekians from Dende's village to give them their Dragon Balls. Gohan immediately rushes in there. With his speed, he arrives before Mori destroys the scouters off of the Frieza soldiers and Frieza himself. He immediately jumps into action, cutting off Dodoria's head and grabbing both Dende and another Namekian in one. Elder Mori fires off a giant mouth beam in the ground to create a giant dust cloud. As Zarbon, who is preparing to go fight, Frieza cuts him off. Don't worry, Zarbon, we've had enough for today. Loot the village until you can find a Dragon Ball. This strange presence will need to be more careful, especially after he used Dodoria to show him how much of a nuisance he's going to be. Yes, my lord, if he can defeat Dodoria so easily, I would recommend calling the Ginyu Force. With them, achieving immortality will be easy. After that encounter, Gohan landed at their camp. Mori introduces him and Dende, and the new Namekian, we're going to call him Largo, thanking him for what they did, hoping they can help the rest of the Namekians the same way they did. So the Namekian refuge camp can help the rest of the Namekians was put in a safe place so Frieza and their men couldn't find him. Over the rest of the day, Gohan along with Krillin were saving as many Namekians as possible and sneakily taking out Frieza's soldiers on their way. In the same time, Frieza called the Ginyu Force and they will arrive soon. If not sooner than they did in canon, because they don't need to pick up scouters because the Namekians didn't destroy the scouters, and the fact that Frieza told them to hurry up. Since the soldiers have been going down day by day, after saving so many Namekians, Gohan could go directly to Elder Guru's place. After Gohan told them his intentions, they completely understood. The travel to Guru's didn't take him long, but as he was landing, he got stopped by Nail, who asks Gohan who he is and what is an Earthling doing on Namek. Gohan explains his intentions, and he mentions that he is the one who has been rescuing the remaining Namekians. Nail is satisfied with the answer, but still is a little bit suspicious since he is very tactical. But he lets Gohan in to see Guru. After the quick introduction, Gohan explains why he is here and his true intentions about the Dragon Ball and everything about his own time. I understand, young one. I see. My time has almost come, as I am as old as Namek itself. But I can feel your overwhelming power, and I know you're capable of defeating the threats of this planet. And I won't be alive to see you prosper, sadly. My time on this planet is limited, but I could still help you. Please, bring me Mori and one of his offsprings. They are crucial to my plan. Gohan understands and flies off to their camp and tells them what Guru told him, and Mori is shocked but understands. He tells Dende to come with them, and all three of them flies to Guru's place again. After some time, they finally arrive. Guru tells all of them the plan. When they hear it, some of them are shocked, but they all decide to follow it. Guru knows he has no choice. He told Dende to step forward, and he puts his hand on Dende's head and unlocks his potential. He passes him the Dragon Ball password and tells Mori as well. But he and Guru look at each other. After an exchange of looks, Mori steps forward and does as he was told. After a quick flash, Mori absorbs Elder Guru. As all of them stand in the empty room, Nail suggests that they fly off back to their camp and make a plan how to defeat Frieza. A day has passed and Gohan and Nail have formed a plan on a direct attack on Frieza. Gohan decided they would go straight for Frieza, while Nail and Krillin would take out the rest of the Dragon Balls back to the camp. Unfortunately for them, the Ginyu Force was only moments away from landing on Namek. The time before the attack, Nail fused with other Warrior Clan Namekians and got his potential unlocked thanks to Mori. Mori further assisting them by unlocking Krillin's potential as well. Future Gohan says, "Are you guys ready?" Krillin responding, "Of course, Gohan. I've been waiting for this for a while. Obviously, with this new power, I'm more than ready. I suggest you," as he points at Gohan, "power up to your full power since it's all-out assault." Gohan looks at Nail and powers up, and the force of his power shakes the whole camp. Now, this should be enough to defeat Frieza. Quick power level chart. Future Gohan is at 90 million, while Krillin is at 11,000, and Nail is at 14 million. Gohan and Nail fly off. Nail gives him one last look to Warrior Clan Namekians, protecting the camp, and as he himself flies off. All three of them go near Frieza's spaceship and throw ki blasts that all combine together and blow a giant hole in the side of the ship. They fly through and the battle begins. They all fly through the ship and all of them attack Frieza's soldiers, and it doesn't take them long to burst through the door where the Dragon Balls are being held. Gohan rushes at Frieza. Nail quickly finishes Zarbon off with a gut punch and a face full of ki. As Gohan is continuously beating on Frieza, Krillin gets the balls and throws them in the direction of the camp. But at the last moment, the Ginyu Force show up, standing proudly. Jace and Berter are holding the balls, ready to assist their Emperor. As their scouter explode because of the amount of power that the Ginyu Force is now using because they have gone serious, Recoome starts fighting Krillin. Jace and Berter attack Nail. Ginyu and Guldo go about their plan. Gohan is about to lay another set of punches on Frieza before Guldo stops time and Ginyu yells, "Change." Guldo, using all his power, also uses his paralysis to hold Gohan in the perfect spot so his captain can attack. But when the time turns back to normal, Nail looks at Ginyu and yells to Gohan, "Watch out!" And after that, he throws a ki blast at Ginyu, stopping his attack. Gohan notices this and knocks Frieza away with a swift kick to the chest and flies at Ginyu. With one off-guard attack, he slices Ginyu in half. Frieza, using this moment, shouts at Jace and Berter, "You fools, buy me some time. I'll finish this myself." He starts to power up. Jace and Berter attack Gohan, and Nail knocks Recoome into the ground with a gut punch. And V also asks for me to put a clip of Goku versus Recoome and Jace and Berter. And I got you again. Krillin notices that Gohan is in the middle of a battle, and Jace and Berter shows off a combo attack. In one moment, Nail rushes Guldo and crushes his head. Krillin fires a scatter Kamehameha, and the attack distracts the both of them. In that moment, Gohan headbutts Jace and knocks away Berter with an elbow, followed by a ki blast. He quickly runs at Jace, putting both hands together and fires a full power Masenko, killing off Jace. Krillin finishes off Recoome with the Destructo Disc, cutting his head clean off. But in the moment, Frieza delivers a punch on Gohan. Frieza has turned into his final form. Gohan looks at Frieza and tells Nail and Krillin to get the balls and get out of here. He will deal with Frieza in no time. Now a little more close in power, the fight continues. Gohan punches Frieza as he blocks Gohan's punches and knocks him away. And he starts to fire up a death beam. Gohan deflects him and closes the gap. He throws Frieza on the ground and catches him with his tail. Gohan quickly slices it off. Frieza gets on his feet and fires two large ki beams, fired by a large barrage of ki blasts and a huge rock. Gohan jumps back and starts dodging as the golden aura around his sword gets bigger. With one slice, he deflects all the ki blasts and slices the rock in half. A dust cloud forms, and around Gohan, Frieza is going around him. He starts to charge a death ball, and Gohan cuts his arm off and kicks him away. Frieza, in pain, charges the ball with his remaining hands, and Gohan goes to end it. But out of nowhere, Berta rushes him, somehow surviving Gohan's attack. But all his fight is gone, and Gohan has a slice barrage and cuts Berta into pieces. Frieza flies into the sky, throwing the death ball. Berta's surprise attack gave him enough time to create it and throw it at the planet. You can't breathe in space, monkey. As for Namek, you can kiss this planet goodbye. Future Gohan rushes at the death ball and blocks it with his arms. After the explosion, Frieza can see Gohan with his robot arm destroyed. He smiles, but unknown to him, Gohan is experienced with fighting with one hand. He runs and picks up his sword, flies at Frieza with the sword and stabs him in the chest. He follows up with some kicks and punches, and knocking him on the ground. As Frieza is falling, Gohan forms a small ball of ki next to him, and he rushes at Frieza again. Catching up with him, future Gohan pulls out the sword from Frieza's chest and kicks him away, then stabs the sword into the ground, and pulls out the ki ball, grabbing it with his hands, and he gets into position and yells Kamehameha. As the blue beam of energy swallows the Emperor, Gohan, for a split second, goes Super Saiyan, increasing the beam's power when Frieza dies. Gohan looks at the horizon, picks up his sword, and returns to their camp. And with that, I'm going to end the video off here. This was a beast to record, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It was a very interesting script to edit. But with that, I am now Brony, and